A very good morning to all my dear children. Today we will learn about environment. Okay, Geography chapter 1, page number 106. This portions. Okay. So we all know what is environment. It's a very easy term for us. No, we are well aware about the term environment. So this term environment originates from the French word, okay. Underline, it is in your book also, environ. Okay, this is a French word, okay, French word. So the term environment originates from the French word environ, which means neighborhood, our surroundings. Okay, so whatever that surrounds us, that is called environments. Everything that surrounds us, that is called the environment, and it is a French term actually, environ. So environment originates from the French word environ. So today in these chapters we will discuss about lithosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, atmosphere, its importance, and ecosystem. Okay. Now there are three types of environment: natural environment, human environment, and human made environment. Underline, okay. The natural environment includes a large number of both living and non-living things. So natural environment, it consists of both the living and the non-living. So all the living objects that are called biotic, okay, living objects, all the livings, these are called the biotics, and non-living are called abiotic. So in natural environment, that consists of two different sectors, is divided into two divisions, categories. One is biotic, another is abiotic. Biotic means the living ones and abiotic means non-living ones. Everything you see around yourself which was not made by humans in part of natural environment, there is land, water, air, animals, plants, this comprise the natures. Now environment is grouped into various domains, layers. For example, lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. Lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. So these are the domains of environment, okay. Domains of environment. These are the layers of the environment. Now what is lithosphere? Okay, lithosphere, it is the hard top layer of the earth's surface, means the outer cover, which is the hardest one, okay, and which mainly consists of land. Remember, which mainly consists of land. Okay, so lithosphere, underline in your book, lithosphere is the hard crust or the outer crust of the earth's surface, okay, and it consists of rocks, soils, mainly of the land. It includes the various landforms such as mountains, yes, the mountains, plain, plateaus, these are the landforms, okay, and lithosphere consists of these landforms. Next one, hydrosphere. Hydrosphere means all the water bodies, okay, all the hydrosphere means all the water bodies, hydrosphere, all water bodies, okay. So hydrosphere consists of all the water bodies, includes that river, lakes, oceans, seas, these all are the hydrosphere, okay. So it includes all types of water bodies like waters, ocean waters, rivers, lakes, seas, etc. And we all know water is very important, essential for all the living beings. Understood? So lithosphere consists of land and hydrosphere consists of the water bodies. Now the another important domain of environment is atmosphere. Atmosphere is the layer of air which surrounds of it. What is atmosphere? It is a mixture of gases, right? Gases, dust, and even the water vapor. So atmosphere, that is the third domain of the environment, okay, and it is a mixture of gases, note it down, okay. It is a mixture of gas, dust, and water vapor. Okay. So the third layer of the third domains of environment is atmosphere, and it is a mixture of gas, dust, and water vapor. And this is also a very important for the survivals of humans. It is like a shield. It acts like a shield, layers the protections for the earth, and it mainly protects us from the harmful UV rays that we all know. It protects us from harmful UV rays, okay. UV rays means ultraviolet rays, which is very harmful rays, okay. So lithosphere, the first important domain of environment, which consists of land. Hydrosphere, that is another domains of environment, that is water bodies, all the water bodies including lakes, oceans, seas, etc. And the next one, that is atmosphere. And atmosphere, it is a mixture of dust, gas, and the water vapor, and it acts like a protection shield, okay, which protect us mainly from the harmful ultraviolet rays. Now the next one, that is biosphere, okay. Next one is biosphere. Biosphere constitutes the plants and animals kingdom. Biosphere means both plants and animals, okay. We have discussed this natural environment, which consists of both biotic and abiotic component, yes, living and non-living, okay. So the biosphere, it includes both biotic and abiotic, okay, both living and non-living, means both the mainly the biotic, okay, and it is also known as the living world. The biosphere constitutes the plants and animals kingdoms. It is also known as the living world. In this domain, land, air, and water interact with each other to support life. Understood? So biosphere, that is the another domain of environment, okay. It is biosphere. This is also called the living world, which consists both plants and animals. Means biotic components, okay. Understood? So these are the domains of the atmosphere. You can see in the pictures also, right? We have 4 domains of environment. One is lithosphere, that mainly consists of land. Next is hydrosphere, water bodies, it includes all the water bodies. Atmosphere means air, it's a mixture of gas, dust, and water vapor. And biosphere, which consists of both plants and animals, the biotic components, and it is also known as the living world, okay. Now the next one is ecosystem, that is the most important, okay. So ecosystem is formed by the interactions of all living organisms with each other. So ecosystem, another important term, ecosystem. So it is a system, okay. It is a whole system formed by the interaction with both the plants and animals, all living organisms, okay. Because we all know that to balance the atmosphere we require oxygen and carbon dioxide, okay. For that we require plants also and animals also. So ecosystem, it's a system, whole system which formed by the interactions of all the living organisms, means plants and animals. Okay. All plants and animals and human beings depend on each other. Yes, we all depend each other. We need each others all the times, and on immediate surroundings of natural environment, there could be different ecosystem in environment like deserts, mountains, dense grasslands, forests, oceans, and even in the ponds. So we found the different types of ecosystem, eco patterns in different areas. Okay, for example, in desert we have a different types of ecosystem, in mountainous areas different types, likewise forests, grassland, rivers, and even oceans, they have their own ecosystem patterns. Okay, example is given in your book. In a lake system, it's a lake, small lake system. In lake ecosystem, the sunlight which falls on the water help the growth of algae. Definitely in a lake areas, small water, a lake is a small water bodies. Okay, so the sunlight which falls on that lake area help to grow the algae. Okay, it's a microorganism. Okay, microplant. Okay, this algae produces oxygen for animals. Yes, so that algae provides oxygen to the marine life of that lakes, like fish, frogs, and other living organisms, and even provides the food for the microscopic organisms. So algae provides oxygen, and at the same time they provide food to the marine or microorganisms or micro animals also. Fish eat the microscopic organisms and absorbs oxygen present in the water and expel carbon dioxide, which helps the growth of the plants. So fish eats that microorganisms, okay, and it expels and it inhales the oxygen also, and at the same time it expels out the carbon dioxide, which again helps to balance the environment's atmosphere. So if the algae disappeared from the lake areas, everything else would be affected, definitely, right? So microorganism would not have enough food, fish would not have enough oxygens, and plants would have lesser carbon dioxide available, which is necessary for their growth. So that's why there is an interactions between both plants and animals. So that is why the ecosystem is a system formed by the interactions of both plants and animals. Understood? So right now we have discussed these topics, right? Lithosphere, the domains, lithosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, and atmosphere. Lithosphere, that consists of land only, landforms, the types of landforms like plains, plateaus, mountains, hills. Hydrosphere, that includes all the water bodies like rivers, lakes, ponds, seas, oceans, etc. Then next, biosphere. Biosphere is a living world which consists of both living plants and animals, right, the biotic components. And atmosphere, that is a very important domain of environment, of an environment, and atmosphere is a mixture of gas, dust, and water vapor. And the next one, ecosystem. Okay, the interactions, it is a system. Ecosystem means it is the interactions of both plants, and together it forms a different types of pattern system that is called the ecosystem. Now we have discussed about the natural environment. Yes, there are three types of environment. Natural environment, yes, it again divided into biotic and abiotic. Biotic means living components only, and abiotic means non-living components. Next one is human environment. Okay, we will discuss here only. Human beings, like other animals, interact with nature and their surroundings. Like the birds use twigs and straw to build their nest, humans also started using things from nature for their comfort and need. Thousands of years, the human lived simple lives like wild animals. They killed other animals for food, or even ate fruits and other plant products. They used animal skins and tree barks to cover themselves from rain and cold. Gradually, with innovations, they exploited more and more natural resources, found ways to get metals, materials, crops, etc. for better livelihood. They also started domesticating animals. The inventions of wheel and the sister steam engines revolutionized industry. Subsequently, the invention of electricity and radio transformed the way the people worked. So human environment, human all themselves taken as an environment. It's a one type of environment. Okay. Then now they could walk any times of the day and communicate over long distances. With the passing of time and more invention, human developed complex systems to help store, transport food and materials, trade, communicates across the world as much as faster pace. That is why the world is sometimes also called a global village. So the man, the human made the world, made the environment. They turned the environment, the whole world, into a global village. Earlier, we have already studied in history in your previous chapter, in your previous classes also. Earlier, humans were the food gatherers, right? They used to collect, they used to gather the food from the forest areas. Yes, they dwelled in the forest areas only. Yes, they were the food gatherers, hunters. But slowly, with the passage of time, they changed themselves. They started to cope with the new environment. Yes. So now in this century, end of 21st centuries, the invention, they transferred, they invented, they discovered so many equipments that made the environment, his environment, into a global environment. Okay. Human interactions and effects on the environment. So next one is human made environment. There are so many things that made by the humans, like for example dams, yes, buildings. These are not the natural things, these are made by the humans. So these are the human made environment. Human interaction in various forms affect the environment definitely. Number one, pollution. Industrialization causes smoke and other chemical pollutants to be released into the air and water around them. Burning of dry leaves, plastics and firecrackers cause a lot of air pollution. So the number one interactions, human interactions effect on environment is pollutions because of the industrializations. Next, deforestations. So large scale of deforestations that is happening nowadays around the world only, right? So we ourselves totally destroyed our very valuable natural forest resource. So deforestation is another effect of human interactions. And the last one, that is the global warming. That is the very important topic and burning issues right these days. Okay, what is global warming? Actually, what is global warming? Globalizations, global warming, yes, it's a burning issues. So since the beginning of industrial revolutions, human activity has rapidly changed. From the time onwards, 1819 onwards, after industrial revolutions, the human activity has rapidly changed. They transformed themselves into a village, global village only. Yes, earlier they were food gatherers. Now we cannot imagine, yes, the things that we already studied in histories. So the time rapidly changed, they themselves rapidly changed, okay, and which often disbalance the ecosystem sometimes. So burning of fossil fuels, especially like coal and petroleum, which releases water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, this ozone, nitrous oxide into the atmosphere. So carbon dioxide, which is the common greenhouse gas, underline, okay, carbon dioxide is the most common greenhouse gas. Carbon dioxide is the most common greenhouse gas. At the beginning of the industrial revolution, its presence in the atmosphere amounted to about 280 parts per millions. Okay, now it has reached over 400 per millions, okay, part per millions. So this means there are 400 molecules of carbon dioxide in the air for every million air molecules. Okay, so just imagine the time change, they transform, human themselves change the environment. Okay, so that's why they change the world, their environment into a global village. So greenhouse effect occurs when solar radiation hits the earth's surface and then bounces back towards the atmosphere is heat. Gases in the atmosphere trap this heat, preventing them from escaping into the void of space. Greenhouse gas such as carbon dioxide trap heat close to the earth's surface. Therefore, changes in the amount of gases such as carbon dioxide makes a big differences in the amount of heat that is trapped in the atmosphere. The heating of the atmosphere affects the melting of glaciers and frozen zones of the earth like Arctic and Antarctic regions. Underline. I am reading this topics, this paragraph, because this is very important. Okay, so underline, or you can write in a point also. Okay, the heating of the atmosphere affects the melting of glacier. The another result of this global warming is the melting of glaciers rapidly. Okay, the higher melting of ice can submerge many island. Underline. So the result of the global warming that submerged many island, for example that Indira Point, right? So it also brings about imbalance in rain. Yes, there's, as I told you, there's disbalance sometimes in the ecosystem that is also caused by the human themselves, right? So it often brings the imbalance in the rain and wind patterns, and sometimes without seasons we have unseasonal rainfall and natural calamities also. We faced this situation so many times. That is because of the imbalance in the ecosystem, because of the global warming. Okay, it is important to realize that in ecosystem all elements of nature have some mutual dependency and interaction. So that we know what is ecosystem. It is an interaction between the plants and animals. There should be the equal balance between these two things. Okay, between plants and animals, between the biotic components. Okay, so the imbalance between these two, it will definitely hamper our ecosystem. To hamper or to affect ecosystem means to affect the environment. Okay, so today we have discussed these topics. These are the very easy topics. Types of environment, 3 types of environment. Natural environment, again it is categorized into 2 components, that is biotic and abiotic. Biotic means living, abiotic means the non-living. Okay, human themselves as an environment. Human made, there are so many like buildings, yes, dams, roads constructed by the humans. So they created with their own skills, using by their own skills. So human made environment. Okay, and there are 4 domains of the environment. Lithosphere, which consists of land, hydrosphere, which consists of the water bodies, and biosphere, which consists of the all living organisms. Okay, this is also called the living world, and atmosphere, that is the most important domain of the environment, domain of an environment, which consists of gas, dust, and the water vapor. And by interaction, the system of interactions between all the plants and animals together form an ecosystem. Okay, hope you have understood the chapters. So it's a small chapters, learn at once all the things from the beginnings. Okay, and you will get the clear idea about this, and just write these keywords also in your exercises. Okay, before starting the question answers or exercises, just note it down. Okay, thank you. Let's do the exercises. First one, choose the correct options. Okay, number 1, which one of the following is not a biotic element? So that is land. Okay, number 1. Number 2, from which language is the word environment is derived? That is French. Number 3, which one is human made environment? Industries. Number 4, which domain of the earth is used for agriculture? That is lithosphere. Number 5, the hard top layer of the earth's surface is called lithosphere. Number 5, 1. Okay. Number 6, organisms like bacteria and fungi that break down dead plants and animals into organic matters are called decomposers. And number 7, which one of the following is an abiotic element? That is land. Now fill in the blanks. First one, that is human made. Number 2, atmosphere. Number 3, harmful. Number 4, ecosystem. 5, lithosphere. 6, weather and climate. Now number C, that is the distinguish between the following, that you have to do yourself. It's very easy. Biotic and abiotic elements, human and human made environments. As short answers. Okay, very short answers. Number D, match the followings. Number 1. Number 1 you have to match with domain of water. Number 2, hard top layer of the earth surface. Number 3, layer of air. Number 4, all the domains combined. Now the questions answer, okay, short questions. Number 1, why is environment important for us? Environment is important for us. Everything around us constitutes the environment. It includes the lithosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere and atmosphere, which are very important for human survival. Number 2, define lithosphere. Lithosphere is the hard top layer of the Earth's surface. It includes the various landforms such as mountains, plains, plateaus, valleys, etc. Okay, number 3, define biosphere. Biosphere constitutes the plant and animal kingdoms. It is also known as the living world. Number 4, list the major component of the environment. So the major component of the environment are biotic and abiotic component. Number 5, how is lithosphere important for us? So it is important for us because it provides us with mineral wealth, forest, grasslands and lands for human settlement. Next one, number 6, how does cutting a forest affect the environment? So deforestation affects the ecosystem and regenerations of oxygen on the planet, means on earth. It affects wildlife and the people living in and around the forest area. Question number 7. How does burning of leaves affect the peoples? Burning of leaves affect the people as it causes a lot of air pollution. Now answer these questions in detail. Question number F1. Okay. Write down the importance of atmosphere for us. So atmosphere is important for us in various ways, okay. It works as a shield for the earth as it protects from the harmful rays, that is UV rays, and scorching heat of the sun. It is a mixture of gases which change with altitude from the earth's surface. Changes in the atmosphere affect weather and climate. Number 2, explain ecosystem with the help of an example. Ecosystem is a system formed by the interactions of all living organisms. All plants and animals and human beings depend on each other and on the immediate surroundings of the natural environment. For example, in a lake ecosystem, the sunlight that helps the growth of algae. This algae produces oxygen for animals like fish, frogs living in that lakes and provides food for microscopic organisms. Fish eat the microscopic organisms, absorb oxygen and expel carbon dioxide, which helps them the growth of plants. Question number 3. Humans are responsible for environmental pollutions. Explain. So human activities cause contaminations of both air and water, which affects people. Living beings breathe the air, which has chemical and dust particles that affect their life. The drainage of waste from the towns and cities, as well as excessive use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides in the agriculture, causes water pollution. And the last one, man has turned the world into a global village. Explain. So the inventions of wheel and the steam engine revolutionized industry. The inventions of electricity and radio transformed the way people worked. With the passage of time, human developed complex systems to help the store food, transport food and materials, communicate across the world at a much faster pace. Now they could walk any time of day and communicate over long distances. With the passing of time and invention, they developed complex system which later turned into a global village. Okay, you can check the answers from our school's website also. Thank you.